Well, the main threats are clearly little or almost no transparency about certain ownership structures, about funding structures for media.
Publishers used to be gatekeepers for advertisers to tap into audiences. Publishers enabled advertisers to sell products, to build brand awareness and so forth. But with the internet, this gatekeeper role has entirely vanished. Advertisers can obtain audiences, speak to people anywhere. They don't need the publishers as gatekeepers anymore. And this means that there's a fundamental shift in value of advertising, the prime funding model of publishers, where today the value of data about audiences and its interpretation exceeds the value of media that publishers provide. So around 61% of all value in advertising is now created in data and processing, and only 29% is actually going through the publisher directly.
Today, online piracy is a big problem for the industry because we're having the costs for producing high-quality content, but others are just stealing it and making money on our expense. And if we really would like to strengthen the business model of independent publishers in the region, then we have to find also a solution here. And the call for action is clearly addressed at the national and European authorities to come up with a regulatory framework for copyright. And in doing so, it's not only about the regulatory framework, it's most of all also about enforcement. We need these rules to be enforced at the national level.
On the other hand, there are potential threats because the funding model and the business model of media in the digital age is affected by the way how the digital world works, and that's where publishers have to just realize what the issues are and how to overcome them. One example has been mentioned by Daniel Knapp today from IHS and co-founder of Amy. He said that the biggest part of the value produced by media companies is captured in the digital space outside the media value chain. The consequences are that there is only little money available to reinvest into journalism and to maintain the independence of a media company. So that is something where publishers can do something about it.
There have been a number of interesting discussions during this session, but I do think at the end of the day that it comes to conviction, in the sense that we are in a very difficult situation politically. The economic situation of the media is very confusing. There's a lot about uncertainty about the impact on technology, which means that you have to go back to the basics. The basic is, what is journalism about? What does it mean? For me, I don't care about the platforms. I do care about journalism. I do care about what Timothy Garton-Ash said in his quote in the free speech in his book, saying we need uncensored, diverse and trustworthy media so that we can, as citizens, take well-informed decisions and participants in public life. This is the basic mission of journalism, and I think that the session of today has been very helpful in understanding the various constraints, but also potential to make sure that we go back to the basic of our work.
There are also many other threats, particularly in the commercial field, because the revenues that you can get now from traditional business models are shrinking, but people are not prepared to pay for things that they receive online, and so we're in a kind of vicious spiral.